Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's training on Magnify Remote Detailing from Theory to Practical. As the healthcare landscape continues to evolve, remote engagement has become a critical component in how we connect with healthcare professionals. This session is designed to equip you with the tools, techniques, and strategies needed to effectively communicate and build strong, trusted relationships virtually. Remote detailing isn't just about convenience, it's about delivering value with precision, empathy, and professionalism. Together, we'll explore best practices, overcome challenges, and learn how to make meaningful connections while ensuring compliance and excellence in every interaction. By the end of this training, you'll not only feel confident in your ability to deliver impactful remote detailing sessions, but also empowered to adapt and thrive in this dynamic, tech-driven approach to pharmaceutical engagement. Let's dive in and make this session both productive and engaging. Today, we take an exciting step toward bridging the gap between theory and practice as we explore how to magnify the impact of remote detailing in the pharmaceutical industry. Our objective is clear: to equip you with a new and effective way of interacting with healthcare professionals, contrasting on-ground engagement with the online approach. To provide you with the foundational knowledge needed to confidently begin your journey in remote detailing. To teach you how to facilitate remote detailing in a way that leaves a lasting and professional impression. This training will give you the insights, tools, and strategies you need to master this approach and build meaningful, value-driven connections with HCPs in a virtual environment. Let's start with remote detailing introduction. What is remote detailing? Definition: remote detailing, also referred to as web call or tele-detailing, is an interactive, online, real-time meeting conducted between a pharmaceutical representative and a healthcare professional, HCP. It combines the precision of digital tools with the personal touch of human interaction. Purpose: to deliver product information, answer queries, and foster a professional relationship while optimizing time and resources. Why it matters: increases accessibility to HCPs who are busy or prefer virtual interactions. Cost-effective and scalable compared to in-person visits. Allows for better integration of digital tools like presentations, videos, and data visualization. The standard process of remote detailing in the pharmaceutical industry. Appointment with the HCP scheduled. A meeting is set up with the healthcare professional, doctor, physician, etc. Followed by a remote call 1 or 2 weeks later. A virtual call, for example, video conference, is conducted 1 to 2 weeks after the initial appointment. Remote detailing is a sales and marketing practice where pharmaceutical representatives engage with HCPs virtually instead of in person. This approach has become increasingly common in recent years, offering benefits like cost-effectiveness and flexibility. Now I would love to answer the popular question: why remote calls? Easy to reschedule. 1. Remote calls offer flexibility to both the medical representative and the healthcare professional. 2. Scheduling conflicts or emergencies in the HCP's practice are easily accommodated by quickly rescheduling, avoiding missed opportunities for engagement. Non-intrusive. 1. Unlike face-to-face visits, remote calls are less disruptive to the HCP's workflow. 2. They allow the HCP to stay within their environment, making it more convenient to participate without interrupting patient care or administrative duties. Different formats of information. 1. Remote detailing enables the use of varied digital formats like interactive presentations, videos, charts, and animations, enhancing the delivery of complex medical and scientific data. 2. These formats make it easier for HCPs to grasp and retain information. Immediate access to further data. 1. With remote calls, medical representatives can provide instant access to additional materials like clinical studies, brochures, or online resources through screen sharing or email. 2. Questions from the HCP can be addressed in real time with supporting data, enhancing credibility and trust. More cost efficient. 1. Remote detailing reduces travel expenses, logistical costs, and time spent on physical visits, resulting in up to a 65% cost savings compared to traditional on-ground detailing. 2. This efficiency allows pharmaceutical companies to allocate resources to other high-impact areas. Convenient timing grants broader access. 1. By adapting to the HCP's schedule, remote calls increase the likelihood of securing appointments. 2. Busy practitioners are more inclined to accept a 10 to 15 minutes virtual meeting than a face-to-face visit requiring additional time. Extends reach and maintains contact frequency. 1. Remote detailing allows reps to engage with more HCPs in a shorter amount of time, significantly expanding their reach. 2. Regular virtual touchpoints help maintain consistent communication and reinforce messaging, even in geographically distant or hard-to-reach areas. Key takeaway. Remote calls are not just a substitute for in-person visits, they are an enhanced, cost-effective, and scalable way to engage with HCPs. They address the challenges of time, convenience, and resource allocation while opening doors to broader access and stronger professional relationships. After you understand more about why remote call is important, at this point you might learn more about benefits of remote calls. Here are 4 of the benefits of remote call. Contact HCPs who are difficult to reach face-to-face. 1. Remote calls provide access to healthcare professionals, HCPs, who may have packed schedules, limited availability, or are located in geographically remote areas. 2. For HCPs who prefer minimal interruptions during their day, remote calls offer a non-intrusive and convenient way to stay informed. Reduce time, driving and waiting. 1. Eliminates the time spent traveling to the HCP's office and waiting for availability, maximizing your productivity. 2. With remote calls, you can conduct multiple interactions in the same time frame it would take to complete one in-person visit. Cost reduction and improved efficiency. 1. Cuts down on travel-related expenses, fuel, lodging, meals, and operational costs, offering significant savings. 2. Allows you to allocate resources more efficiently, enabling more interactions and better coverage without increasing costs. Complements the traditional visit. 1. Remote calls don't replace face-to-face visits, they enhance them. 2. Use remote calls to maintain regular contact between in-person visits, ensuring consistent communication and reinforcing key messages. 3. This hybrid approach strengthens relationships and increases overall engagement opportunities. Key takeaway. Remote calls are a flexible, cost-effective, and time-saving approach that broadens your reach and complements traditional face-to-face visits, making them an invaluable tool in modern pharmaceutical engagement. Let's move to target audience for your better understanding. Here is a detailed breakdown of the target audience for remote calls. Age. 1. HCPs who are engaged in remote calls tend to be slightly younger than the general HCP population, with a mean age of 45. 2. Younger HCPs are generally more open to using digital tools and adapting to virtual interactions. Device ownership. 1. HCPs who own tablets or smartphones are more likely to accept a remote call invitation. 2. These devices provide convenience for attending virtual meetings and accessing shared resources during the call. Relationship. 1. The strength of the relationship with the medical sales representative, MSR, plays a key role in acceptance. 2. HCPs are 3 times more likely to accept a remote call if they have an established and positive relationship with the MSR, underscoring the importance of trust and rapport building. E-savviness. 1. HCPs who are regularly visiting pharma-owned websites for product or clinical updates. Or HCP that is active on social networks, such as LinkedIn, Doximity, or professional forums, for professional purposes. 2. These digitally engaged HCPs are twice as likely to accept teledetailing calls, as they are already comfortable navigating online platforms for professional interactions. Key takeaway to maximize the effectiveness of remote calls. 1. Focus on younger, tech-savvy HCPs who actively use digital platforms. 2. Strengthen your existing relationships to increase acceptance rates. 3. Target HCPs who already engage with digital tools, making the transition to remote detailing seamless and impactful. As we step forward to apply remote call, please be noted about pros and cons between face-to-face and remote detailing for being your reference. Let's take a look on face-to-face detailing. Pros of face-to-face detailing. 1. Personal connection. Build stronger rapport and trust through direct interaction. 2. Nonverbal communication. Ability to observe and respond to body language, facial expressions, and gestures. 3. Engagement. Easier to maintain attention and minimize distractions. 4. Hands-on demonstrations. Opportunity for live demonstrations or use of physical materials. 5. Improved feedback loop. Immediate reactions and responses help clarify misunderstandings quickly. Cons face-to-face detailing. 1. Time and cost. Travel can be time-consuming and expensive, especially for long distances. 2. Scheduling conflicts. Requires alignment of schedules, which may delay meetings. 3. Limited reach. Harder to scale, as face-to-face meetings are one-on-one or small group focused. 4. Environmental impact. Increased travel contributes to a higher carbon footprint. Let's take a look of remote detailing, virtual. Pros of remote detailing. 1. Accessibility. Enables participation from anywhere, overcoming geographical barriers. 2. Cost-effective, no travel or venue expenses. 3. Scalability. Easy to include multiple participants and replicate sessions. 4. Convenience. Flexible scheduling and no need to leave the office/home. 5. Digital tools. Ability to share interactive content, slides, videos, polls, in real time. 6. Recordability. Sessions can be recorded for future reference or those unable to attend. Cons of remote detailing. 1. Limited personal connection. Harder to build strong rapport due to lack of physical presence. 2. Reduced engagement. Easier for participants to be distracted or multitask. 3. Technical issues. Dependence on internet connectivity and platform reliability. 4. Limited nonverbal cues. Harder to gauge reactions and adjust communication accordingly. 5. Security and compliance. Potential risks related to data privacy and confidentiality. This table provides a summary of the key differences between face-to-face and remote detailing. Take some time to review and understand them. You play a crucial role in orchestrating omni-channel engagement, and remote calls are a key component of this strategy. It would be highly beneficial for you to deepen your understanding of the challenges and solutions involved in transitioning from face-to-face to remote detailing. Here are the challenges and considerations for shifting face-to-face interactions to virtual settings, especially in a healthcare or professional communication context. Here's how these points can be addressed. Very long distance. Challenge: physical separation can make communication feel impersonal. Solution: use high-quality video conferencing tools to bridge the gap. Consider incorporating brief personal check-ins to create rapport. Cannot observe nonverbal cues. Challenge: subtle cues like body language, eye contact, or gestures are harder to read. Solution: encourage participants to use cameras and maintain good lighting and framing. Ask clarifying questions to ensure understanding. Technological skill. Challenge: not all participants may be proficient with virtual tools. Solution: offer tutorials or guides before sessions. Use user-friendly platforms with simple interfaces. Effective communication. Challenge: keeping communication clear and engaging can be harder online. Solution: use structured, interactive content like polls, visuals, and Q&A sessions. Avoid overly long monologues, break content into digestible chunks. Appropriate timing. Challenge: scheduling may be difficult across time zones or for people with busy lives. Solution: select times that are convenient for most and consider offering recorded sessions for flexibility. Ensuring HCP's attention. Challenge: healthcare professionals, HCPs, may be distracted by other priorities. Solution: set clear agendas, keep sessions concise, and actively involve participants through interactive discussions or exercises. At this stage, it would be beneficial for you to explore the key content areas to include in remote detailing. Here's a structured outline of good content for remote detailing to ensure value and engagement. Epidemiology will be covered. 1. Overview: provide data on disease prevalence and incidence rates. 2. Regional focus: tailor information to the specific region or demographics of the HCP's practice. 3. Trends: highlight emerging trends, risk factors, and public health challenges. Seasonal products will be covered. 1. Timing: present products relevant to the current season, for example, flu vaccines, allergy medications. 2. Key insights: share information on disease seasonality, patient education tips, and demand forecasts. 3. Market insights: compare current solutions with competitors and highlight advantages. Clinical studies will be covered. 1. Latest research: present up-to-date study findings and their implications. 2. Visual summaries: use graphs, tables, and infographics to summarize outcomes like efficacy and safety. 3. Practical impact: explain how the study outcomes impact patient care or clinical decision-making. Guidelines will be covered. 1. Updates: provide updates on national or international treatment guidelines. 2. Implementation: offer tips on how to incorporate these guidelines into daily practice. 3. Expert commentary: share insights or summaries from key opinion leaders, KOLs. New formulations or Congress meetings will be covered. 1. Product innovations: highlight new formulations or delivery systems that improve patient outcomes. 2. Congress highlights: summarize key takeaways from recent medical congresses or conferences. 3. Relevance: explain how these innovations align with current clinical challenges. Patient cases will be covered. 1. Real-world scenarios. Share anonymized patient cases to demonstrate practical use of products. 2. Problem solving. Present challenges faced during treatment and how they were overcome. 3. Interactive discussions. Encourage HCPs to share similar cases and discuss their approaches. Tips for effective remote detailing. 1. Engage. Use polls, Q&A, or interactive tools to involve participants. 2. Customize. Tailor content to the HCP's specialty or patient population. 3. Visuals. Incorporate visuals like charts, videos, and infographics for clarity and interest. 4. Conciseness. Keep sessions focused and time efficient. At this point, we're focusing on interactive communication. Let's dive deeper into the key aspects that make remote detailing engaging and impactful. Here are key principles for interactive communication in remote detailing. 1. Avoid monotony. Use a varied tone to maintain interest and engagement. 2. Clear pronunciation. Articulate words clearly to ensure understanding. 3. Speak slowly. Maintain a steady pace to allow the listener to absorb information. For pace and rhythm, balance your delivery with natural pauses to emphasize key points. 5. Smile. Smiling while speaking helps create a warm and approachable tone, even virtually. 6. Reinforce key messages. Repeat important points to ensure they stick with the audience. 7. Volume control. Adjust your volume to be loud enough to hear but not overwhelming. 8. Undivided attention. Focus completely on the conversation, avoiding multitasking. 9. Show enthusiasm and confidence. Convey passion for the topic to engage and inspire trust. 10. Avoid slang or jargon. Use professional and straightforward language for clarity. 11. Active listening. Acknowledge participants' input, ask clarifying questions, and respond thoughtfully. 12. Nonverbal cues. Use gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact via the camera to emphasize points. Selecting the right time for remote detailing can significantly enhance engagement, effectiveness, and overall outcomes. Optimal time for remote detailing based on Karen Leland's findings. Early morning, before 9 a.m. Why? Many professionals start their day early and may be more focused and responsive. This is a good time for proactive engagement. This time will be best for quick check-ins or previewing the day's key topics. Morning, 9 to 11 a.m. Why? This is when most people are at their peak productivity and mentally alert. Morning time will be best for in-depth discussions or presenting new data, such as clinical studies or product launches. Afternoon, 12 to 2 p.m. Why? After lunch, people tend to be more relaxed and open to informal discussions. Afternoon will be best for Q&A sessions, brief updates, or casual conversations about new guidelines or patient cases. Late afternoon, 3 to 6 p.m. Why? As the workday winds down, HCPs may be more available for follow-ups or recaps. This late afternoon will be best for wrapping up the day's content, confirming next steps, or scheduling future calls. Evening, 7:30 to 10 p.m. Why? Some professionals prefer to handle tasks outside of office hours when they are less interrupted. Evening is best for flexibility, especially for individuals who prefer to engage in content review at their own pace. Here's a detailed breakdown of the face-to-face sales interaction process with HCPs, structured for clarity. Pre-call preparation. Analyzing and planning. Research the HCP's profile, specialty, and preferences. Review past interactions and tailor the approach based on their needs or history. Set clear objectives for the call, for example, introducing a product, addressing concerns. Appointment scheduling. Secure a mutually convenient time for the meeting. Confirm the agenda to align expectations. Interaction steps. Long call. For detailed discussions or presentations, here are the steps of long call. 1. Call opening. Greet the HCP warmly and establish a professional yet personable tone. Set the agenda for the meeting and ensure agreement. 2. Identify need. Ask open-ended questions to uncover challenges or unmet needs. Actively listen and clarify to ensure understanding. 3. Demonstrate capability. Present solutions tailored to the identified needs. Use data, clinical studies, and visuals to support your points. 4. Validate. Check for understanding and agreement. Address any initial questions or concerns. 5. Close. Summarize key points discussed. Gain commitment for the next steps, for example, trial, prescribing, follow-up. Handling objections, when facing resistance or concerns. Here are the steps of handling objection. Encourage/clarify. Prompt the HCP to elaborate on their objection. Listen without interrupting to fully understand their perspective. Confirm, repeat or paraphrase the objection to ensure clarity. Show empathy and acknowledge their concerns. Acknowledge and answer. Validate the concern before offering a solution. Provide a concise, evidence-based response addressing the objection. Obtain commitment. Ask if the answer resolved their concern. Guide them back to the next steps or goals discussed earlier. Short call. For brief interactions or quick updates, here are the steps of short call. Opening. Greet the HCP and state the purpose of the visit. Gain permission for a brief discussion. Demonstrate capability. Share a concise value proposition or key update. Highlight a single, impactful takeaway. Close. Thank the HCP and confirm any follow-up actions. Post-call activities might have documentation. Record key insights from the interaction, including the HCP's feedback and objections. Action plan and define next steps, for example, sending additional materials, scheduling follow-ups. Reflection. Evaluate the call's success and identify areas for improvement. Follow-up. Execute on commitments promptly to reinforce trust and maintain momentum. This structure ensures thorough preparation, effective communication, and consistent follow-up to build strong, lasting relationships with HCPs. Here are some recommendations for designing the customer journey touchpoints for remote calls. Pre-call plan. Enhanced activities to ensure the success of remote detailing. The pre-call plan must be more comprehensive. 1. Verify remote detailing feasibility. Confirm the HCP's availability and willingness to engage remotely. Identify their preferred platform, Zoom, Teams, etc., and ensure they have access and comfort using it. 2. Invite HCP to remote detailing in advance. Send a formal invitation outlining the purpose, value, and expected duration of the session. Provide clear instructions on how to join the remote call and a brief agenda to set expectations. 3. Research and tailor content. Review the HCP's past interactions, preferences, and patient demographics to customize the discussion. Prepare relevant resources, for example, clinical studies, visuals, or guidelines, optimized for digital sharing. 4. Set goals and prepare tools. Define measurable objectives for the call, for example, introducing a new product, addressing objections. Test all technical tools, including presentation software, internet connection, and backup plans for interruptions. Sales interaction. Adjusting to remote dynamics. While maintaining the core principles of face-to-face interaction, remote calls require specific adjustments. 1. Call opening. Start with a warm and professional tone. Acknowledge the remote setting and ensure both parties are comfortable. Briefly outline the agenda to set a clear structure for the conversation. 2. Voice dynamics. Use a clear, confident voice with varied tone to maintain engagement. Speak at a moderate pace and pause occasionally to allow the HCP to respond. 3. Nonverbal adaptations. Leverage facial expressions and gestures visible on camera to enhance communication. Maintain eye contact by looking into the camera and sitting upright to project professionalism. 4. Engagement techniques. Use interactive elements such as polls, visuals, or live annotations to maintain interest. Encourage participation by asking open-ended questions and actively listening to responses. 5. Validate and respond. Paraphrase the HCP's concerns or questions to show understanding. Offer concise, evidence-based responses and seek confirmation before proceeding. 6. Close with actionable steps. Summarize key points discussed during the session. Agree on the next steps, for example, follow-up materials, another call, and confirm their preferred follow-up method. Post-call, remote follow-up activities. Send materials. Email any additional resources or key takeaways discussed during the call. Include a summary of the discussion for their reference. Feedback loop. Remote dynamics. Ask for feedback on the session to identify areas for improvement. Track outcomes. Document the interaction details and assess. Summary: face-to-face and remote detailing in the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry relies heavily on medical representatives, MRs, to engage healthcare professionals, HCPs, educate them on new products, and drive prescription behavior. Traditionally, face-to-face, F2F, detailing has been the primary method of interaction. However, advancements in digital technology and evolving HCP preferences have led to the adoption of remote detailing, creating a hybrid approach to medical engagement. Face-to-face detailing, F2F detailing remains a crucial strategy, allowing MRs to build personal relationships, establish trust, and provide real-time responses to HCP inquiries. It is particularly effective for introducing new drugs, conducting in-depth scientific discussions, and demonstrating product efficacy through samples and physical materials. Despite its advantages, challenges include limited HCP availability, logistical constraints, and higher operational costs. Remote detailing leverages digital platforms such as video conferencing, emails, webinars, and e-detailing tools to connect with HCPs. It offers flexibility, cost-effectiveness, and broader reach, especially in situations where in-person visits are restricted. The ability to use multimedia content enhances engagement, but challenges include reduced personal interaction, technological barriers, and potential lower recall compared to in-person visits. Hybrid approach. Many pharmaceutical companies are now adopting a hybrid approach, combining the strengths of both F2F and remote detailing. This strategy optimizes accessibility and efficiency by tailoring interactions to HCP preferences. Key benefits of a hybrid model: enhanced engagement through personalized interactions, improved efficiency with flexible scheduling and reduced travel costs, broader reach, including access to HCPs in remote or restricted areas, data-driven insights from digital interactions to refine strategies. Conclusion: To remain competitive in the evolving pharmaceutical landscape, companies must integrate both face-to-face and remote detailing strategies effectively. By leveraging technology while maintaining human connections, MRs can maximize their impact, improve HCP relationships, and drive better healthcare outcomes. Thank you for participating in this training course. Now it's time to magnify your remote detailing skills by applying what you've learned, bridging the gap from theory to practical execution for successful and impactful engagements.